Hello and welcome back to Wintermute, Act 2 in Long Dark. And we are, in the previous episode, we made ourselves ready to get going on the next part of the mission, which is to go and get the legendary spear we learned of. So basically we need to retrieve the legendary spear from the hunting lodge. A man killing bear is on the prowl, risking Mackenzie's mission to find Astrid, but an old Voyager legend might hold the answer to overcoming the massive predator. The problem is it's a fair distance away, so we need to leave this map, get into the next one, leave that one, and get into the third one, and then get all the way up to this cabin over here. And yes. So, with that, I hope you enjoy this journey for the legendary spear we are going to get, and like the video, subscribe, comment, all of that usual nonsense, which is entirely up to you. So you do you, and regardless of what you do, all I can say is I hope you enjoy. Let's get going. It's fairly cold. It is fairly cold, so I actually think trying to put our legs on our back is the right call. We can move as quickly as possible and leave this map. Hopefully it is not as cold on the next map. Now, Fallon Muskeg is usually very, very cold. It's usually not a map that is warm. And if you know anything about like marshland, like that kind of terrain it is so bleeding cold. It's actually from the area where I grew up. I grew up like the kind of like cold, harsh, marshy, like weird land that Canada has is pretty much what I grew up in. Like it's cold, it's awful, it's mounty and so on. Oh, for God's sake. For God's sake, you just had to. Okay, he started moving sideways just when I was about to fire. That's really annoying. I should have fired a bit earlier than I did. But yeah, I grew up in like in one area close to where I grew up. An old like settler story was like the original point where they settled was pretty much on the marsh, but it was so cold that they had to move. So marshland is like the worst kind of place to settle down because it's just not good. I have the pain, I have that. I really do want to get... Let's get rid of the pain. Wrong. And let's get rid of that. The kind of things that I got was things that would have just gone away with time, but I want to get rid of them, so I did. But yeah, like marshland is so bleeding cold, and that is simulated in the game here. Spawned on Muskeg is usually really cold, and it is depending on the weather that you're dealing with, it can be really bad. Really bad. And if you don't have the ability to warm up or get into shelter, it can be pretty awful. And Fall on Muskeg is lousy with wolves. They are everywhere. So I do need to be a bit careful.
Can't feel my feet.
Yeah, there's some shelter up here, so we should start a fire when we get there. Don't want to run. Because I don't want to become more visible than I already am. That's pretty much why I'm not running. And there is a bear on this map as well. I don't remember if it's there in the story mode. Don't remember. Make sure we pick up some cattails. Yeah, I don't remember how it is. But I think it's there. Oh, a piece of coal. That's actually really good.
Behind.
Piece of cloth.
What have we here?
Let's see if we can actually start this fire. That was a 55% chance. That's not really that good.
Come on. Come on.
It seems it worked anyway. Anyway, I think I've shown this before, but the duration we have is dependent on what we used. When using a book, you get 15 minutes, and you get like the heat output of the fire isn't that great. But if we put a coal in here, we get like an hour and plus 20 degrees, which is really nice. just one piece of coal, even on interloper, especially early days of interloper, can actually make it fully warm and functional. And if you put more fuel on, you bring up the heat even more. So hopefully we can become warm fairly quickly. Make sure we harvest that. Yeah. No, the wind picked up. I can hear the wind. That's not good. Preserve nature's balance in nearby areas by reducing the wolf population. Right, one in each region, which will most likely happen. It would have been nice if I could get retroactive points for the wolves that I have already gotten rid of in other areas, but whatever. Whatever. And the time is... Let's make sure we repair this, because how good are you in comparison to these? I think when it comes to this, it's actually better. Now, what is the time on the fire? 2 hours. Okay. That's fine. It's now at 100%. And yeah, yep. Let's wear that. Let's harvest that. The thin wool sweater is actually really good. The thick wool sweater is even better. And you have thermal underwear, but there are red ones. I don't remember what they're called, but I think it's long johns or something like that, which are even better than the thermal underwear. There we go, and the wind is still going. Because this is full on muskeg, like if I go out here, look at how quickly the temperature goes down. A storm in fallen muskeg is a death sentence when it comes to temperature, so I don't want to go out. Might have to, but I don't want to. I also won't be able to see any wolves, so it's a bad idea to move at this point. Make sure we drink. And yeah, I do think making at least a liter of water is a good idea, considering situation at hand. That's an hour. Sleep an hour. Any fire created that is considered outdoors lasts longer than fires indoors. So, yeah. And I knew that it was probably close to... Oh, it's... Yeah, it's a bit windy, but it's fairly okay. There is a wolf in the way, which we will have to shoot and get rid of. Make sure we crouch so we don't draw the ire of it. But make sure we get as close as possible so we can actually hit it. Because the firearms in this game is not super accurate. Oh, it's jammed, so I need to fix it. Okay, inching closer. And I missed, I think. I do need to shoot a wolf. So it would be nice if... Thank you. And it jammed, of course. Make sure we pick that up. I don't care about the casing, to be honest. Okay, so with that done, if we take a look in here, we now have Color Wolf in the Forlorn Muskeg region, which we now have. So now I just need to do the same in the two other regions, which I pretty much guaranteed will. Forlorn Muskeg, however, is possible to sort of skip through, because going from one end to the other is fairly quickly, like fairly quick. Can't talk. Just cannot talk, apparently. Yep, come on. I was about to go into... Ice was a bit thin. There was an icon on the bottom of the screen while I was shooting. That basically was an icon of an exclamation mark and some ice, some crackly ice, and that is your indication that the ice is thin and weak, and if you continue going or standing still, you will guaranteed fall down, which will make you completely drenched, and yeah, it's awful. You will be wet, and you will become colder. And it's also going to sort of pop you up in a random location. So you might like crawl yourself out of the water in a bad spot. So anyway, more ammunition.
I need to drop something.
Yeah, I know. I don't care. To be perfectly honest. So, yeah, I need to get over there, and I need to... Yeah. This marker, like, you have a set amount of time. I think it's time-based. That if you stand still or move with that indicator, you will fall down and you will become wet and it will be awful, and it's something you really should avoid. Now, it's not something that will kill you, which is very much the possibility in real life, but even on Interloper, you can actually fix the issue fairly easily. The most important thing, just as in real life, is to, if you have wet clothes, remove them and warm up and dry up. That is two very important aspects. It doesn't really matter how you get wet. Like, you can get wet from your own sweat, like, and that is equally dangerous if it's cold. So yeah, we have now managed to get to the next region. And I'm running headlong into the wind, which means I'm moving slower. Moving at the snail's pace. The snails are racing past me. They're doing loops around me. Don't see any snails, but my imagination, that's what's happening. Make sure we don't get... jumped by a wolf. Don't think there's many wolves in this first part. I think they are more down there. Down along the river, I think. Yeah, I think they're down here and other places, not necessarily along the tracks here. I think I need to right, I do need to go down here. Right. And there is a wolf. Immediately a wolf. Not surprised, just annoyed. Sure, we stay crouched, otherwise we will have there we go. Thankfully, it didn't jam. Since it's not a musical band, it doesn't jam. With that awful pun out of the way, I think I need to go this way. I think. Yeah, because I came down there. Yeah, I think I need to go up here. I really don't know the maps well enough for this. I might just be going back to where I was. I don't know. Now, if you're having issues with like interloper difficulty or higher difficulty when playing survival mode, map awareness is key. Like, if you know where things are and where things spawn, they are in sort of mostly logical places, but for the most part it's like you need to know where stuff is. You don't know that when you're playing on, say, interloper or such, it's going to be nigh impossible to survive. You may get lucky at times, but for the most part you just have to know. That's part of the course, especially when playing on high difficulties. But I personally feel that the difficulty of the other ones isn't difficult enough to feel like it's fun, whereas the interloper difficulty level is. Now there's some other stuff with Interloper that which means I usually do a custom game. And that is primarily the wolves. The wolves... I really don't like the wolves. I really do not like the wolves. So I usually turn them off. Anyway, we are getting closer and closer to where we will have a cutscene. Exactly what that cutscene is going to be about and what it is, I will not spoil. But I will end the episode after that cutscene. Let's holster you. Make sure we pick up some rosehip. Need to get them to make some teas. Regardless. Pick up all the stuff. And let the cutscene commence.
Oh, shit. The lights.
That, because time goes and this is a nighttime exclusive event of the story, I'm pausing so it doesn't progress this time. But yeah, we have now gotten to that part where we need to round off the episode. So, I think just a last reminder to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment, and you know, all of that. All of that. That would be super awesome and nice if you did. But on screen, you should now be able to see YouTube recommendation, quick access to subscribe button, and a quick access to the playlist for the series. So, with that, we will continue in the next one. But for now, thanks for watching. Goodbye, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.